From Destiny Bulletin right here, Bungie clarifies why it had to use community-created videos in the Red War copyright lawsuit and explains why there's no feasible way to access Destiny 2's vaulted Red War campaign, even internally. What? Was somebody just, what did you just delete it? No fucking way. No, there's no fucking way. You don't delete the damn, what do you like, somebody kept a damn backup. So from Zuhad here, Bungie says Destiny 2's vaulted Red War campaign can't be accessed even internally, making a return unlikely. Bungie has made it clear in the new court filings that the original Destiny 2 Red War campaign isn't just gone for players, it's apparently no longer exists in a playable form within the studio itself. The company says the game's original story mode, which was removed in 2020, is now completely inaccessible. This came to light as part of the ongoing copyright lawsuit filed against Bungie by writer Matthew Kelsey Marnay, who claims that Bungie copied elements of his unpublished works to create the Red War storyline. If y'all remember, we covered this, guys. Essentially, it was a guy who made a story that he claims was stolen by Bungie to make the Red War campaign. It was, you know, very vaguely, I mean, extremely vaguely correlated. You know what I mean? Some slight parallels, but I mean, a lot of it was a reach. Yeah, hold on. I'll pull up one of the examples. See right here, Marnay alleges that Bungie unlawfully used his ideas, characters, and plot points from creating Destiny 2's original storyline, the Red War campaign. In 2013-2014, Marnay, writing under the pen name Casper Cole, authored an original work about a unique and captivating fantasy world. The lawsuit read, Marnay published his work on the World Wide Web. The work was published at www.wordpress. Okay. According to Marnay, this faction bears striking similarities to the Red Legion Cabal in Destiny 2. The similarities between Marnay's primary antagonist, Yunare, and Destiny 2's primary antagonist, Dominus Ghaul, are striking and clearly established more than a mere coincidence, the lawsuit reads. The rise of Dominus Ghaul from Destiny 2 replicates the rise of Overlord Yunare from Marnay's work. They are both urged, guided, and assisted by outcast mentors, scholars, to overthrow their leaders to rise to power with the intentions of invading Earth. And both Marnay's work, including without limitation the First Defense and Destiny 2, rebels fend off Red Legion invaders on Earth against backdrops of burning settlements, ravaged streets, and utter chaos. Marnay's complaint states that Destiny 2's Red Legion operates under a hierarchy similar to his version, with both factions having soldiers known as Legionnaires. This is where it lost me, guys. I mean, because, all right, Legionnaires. Let's go back to Rome military. You know what I mean? Who's stealing from who here? You know? Another point is betrayal of war beasts in Destiny 2, which Marnay argues are nearly identical to his creation called Miagos, which are dog-like creatures used by the Red Legion to further their military tasks. I don't know, man. Hold on. Maybe. Let's just get back to the other article. Hold on. Let's just get back to the... We'll see what's happening here. Marnay alleges that Bungie lifted key ideas, characters, and themes from his works, including a faction called the Red Legion, a plot that involves an exiled warrior trying to take control of a powerful celestial object orbiting Earth. Bungie has denied these claims, calling them baseless and asking the court to dismiss the case. But as part of its defense, Bungie also dropped a detail that Destiny 2 fans may find disappointing. It says that the Red War campaign no longer exists in any playable form, even within the studio itself, which is why the developer used third-party community-created content as evidence in its court filing. Oh boy. Bungie's motion does not involve a direct comparison between Marnay's work and the infringing Destiny 2 work. Marnay's response reads, instead, Bungie motion is based on a comparison between Marnay's work and the fan-made derivative works created by third parties, not the actual Destiny 2 the game. Destiny 2's Red War campaign is probably not returning anytime soon. In a filing submitted this week on Tuesday, February the 24th, 2025, Bungie responded to Marnay's arguments and made a statement about Destiny 2's content vaulting. Bungie's head of engineering, David Aldrich, stated under oath that the original Red War campaign was removed from the game in 2020 and that it is now impossible to access in any playable form. According to Aldrich, while Bungie did archive the original game code, the rapid evolution of Destiny 2's underlying technology means that the Red War campaign is completely incompatible with the game's current operational framework. Even if Bungie wanted to bring it back, it would probably have to be rebuilt from scratch rather than simply reactivated. In November 2020, the original Red War campaign was retired from Destiny 2 such that it was and remains no longer accessible, Aldrich explained in the filing. Before this suit, Bungie archived the original code that comprised the Red War campaign, known as a legacy build. However, the Red War legacy build can no longer run because its outdated code is incompatible with Destiny 2's evolved underlying operational framework, which has evolved considerably since the Red War campaign was retired. As a result, Bungie cannot feasibly provide the court with the original Destiny 2 game as it existed in 2017, including the accused Red War campaign in any operable, reviewable form. Nor will Bungie be able to produce the original accused campaign in an operable or reviewable form should this matter proceed to formal discovery. My thing on this, when was the lawsuit originally filed? Like, what year, chat? Because like Red War campaign was around for many years. Which is odd to me. Why 2023? If the code don't fit, you must have quit. Chill. Chill, man. Now, this statement also applies to all of the vaulted content before Beyond Light, meaning fan favorite activities like the Leviathan Raid or Strikes likely suffer the same fate. Bungie has consistently said that bringing back vaulted content would be difficult. For longtime Destiny 2 fans, it's probably disappointing news. Over the years, players have repeatedly asked Bungie to unvault older content, including the Red War campaign, which introduced Destiny 2's story and many of its key characters. Yeah, I definitely don't think it's at the top of the to-do list, guys, from Bungie. Here, you know what I mean? The Leviathan Raid, which is widely considered one of the best raids in the game. Let's pump the brakes here. Destiny Bulletin. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's hold up here. Definitely not one of the best raids in the game. All right, it was a raid. All right, let's just leave it at that. Has also been frequently requested. Bungie's latest filing strongly suggests that these things aren't coming back, not because Bungie doesn't want to, but because it would require a ton of resources to recreate everything from the ground up. Now, Bungie is still pushing for the case to be dismissed, arguing that Martinet's claim don't hold up legally. The studio has pushed back hard against these claims, arguing that Martinet hasn't provided direct evidence that anyone at Bungie ever even saw his work, let alone copied it. It also argues that most of the alleged similarities are just common sci-fi tropes that aren't protected by copyright. I don't know, man. Like, I haven't read his book, and if I remember correctly, when we tried to look for it online, I think we couldn't even find it. I was gonna read it. I wanted to know, all right, is there actually some similarities here? Are things being pulled one for one? Couldn't find it. How do you steal from something that's unpublished? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Can I just tell you, and we'll see what happens with this. In my opinion, I would say Gaul is like Thanos, you know, and you know what I mean? Like they're kind of like their backstory. Again, not one-to-one, but I mean, you could be like, we drew, Destiny writers drew inspiration from Marvel. You know what I mean? Martinet's latest court filings insists that Bungie's legal team is trying to shut down his claims before they can even be properly examined. He argues that the similarities between this work and Destiny 2 are too specific to be a coincidence, and that Bungie should be forced to go through the discovery process, which would likely require the developer to hand over internal documents and communications about Red War's development. You can read the full 14-page document here. Damn, we might read this in some of our downtime. I don't know, guys. I don't know, man. Let's just run the tape forward. If in fact Bungie writers previously pulled a little too much from this story, perhaps let's just entertain it. If someone writing at Bungie happened to have read whatever this guy's story is and then somehow made Destiny's storyline and this gets proven, how much of a payout are we talking here, fellas? That's the story. It's the narrative. It's the launch of Destiny 2. Enough to satisfy the licking of your ass. Oh, yeah. It's not gonna happen, Cross. I don't know, man. I'm not familiar enough with these type of cases to know. I have no idea. I'm gonna read this though. Like, not today, but like, I'm really curious to see how this all shakes out.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.